Following that news coming to us from Kentucky, it's Army confirming 9 service members are dead after 2 Black Hawk helicopters have crashed near Fort Campbell. The 2 HH-60 Black Hawks of the 101st Airborne Division were doing a routine training mission around 10 p.m. last night when they crashed. Little is known about the conditions leading up to the accidents, but officials did give some more details at a press conference earlier today.
In these specific aircraft were medical evacuation aircraft. However, we believe that they were the accident occurred when they were doing flying, not deliberate medical evacuation drills.
The crash is still under investigation. An aircraft safety team is set to arrive at the site today.
Kentucky Congressman James Comer joins us now. He's also the chairman of the House Oversight Committee. And Congressman, I will talk to you in a bit about the latest with the Biden family business probe. But first, we wanted to check with you and see what you're hearing out of Fort Campbell.
Very solemn place right now, as you can imagine. Everyone's just shocked. It's, you know, on any given day, you see countless pairs of helicopters flying down the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. I understand that the crash occurred last night in Katy, around Cadiz, Kentucky, which is between Fort Campbell and Murray, Kentucky. And there were 5 soldiers in one helicopter and 4 in the other. Just a terrible event, because Fort Campbell it's always the first military base that responds to any type of international emergency. The Fort Campbell troops get in there, the 101st Airborne. They've been in the front lines of many battles, especially over the last 20 years.
Congressman, there's also been some reporting as of late about the occurrence of these training accidents on military bases here in the U.S. Is this something that your committee or maybe the Armed Services Committee might start investigating or is already investigating?
Well, I'm sure the Armed Services Committee will be very interested in this. They spend a lot of time at Fort Campbell, communicate with Fort Campbell, as do I. But you know, this is something that you know, should never happen, and it's something that we don't have many details right now. But I'm confident that the military's on the ground, investigators are on the ground, and I'm going to ensure that we have a very transparent report of exactly what went wrong.
Yeah, it's dangerous work. Let's be clear. Accidents do happen, but some say it's happening too often. Let's pivot now and talk about President Biden and Biden family lawyers who've missed this week's deadline to set the record straight about the family's business deals with China. This is, of course, after your committee uncovered these bank transaction reports that revealed the Bidens received $1.3 million from a Chinese energy corporation. Is there any way to hold them to account to this deadline, or are they going to keep stonewalling?
Well, they're going to obviously keep stonewalling. The problem is we're getting bank records, and they never dreamed we would get bank records. We also have access and have staff in as we speak looking at the bank violations. So there are 2 different things here. There are the bank records and the bank violations. The Biden attorneys tried to block us from both. We have access to both now. They're not going to be able to come up with a good explanation for why this family and so many members of the family took millions and millions of dollars from the Chinese Communist Party. Now, the one statement they've already issued, they said, well, that first 1 million plus, that was divided up between 3 or 4 Biden family members, that went for seed capital. I don't believe that will turn out to be an accurate statement. We haven't found a legitimate business that the Bidens were involved in. So, you know, stay tuned. We're getting information in as we speak, and I think that the American people are finally going to be given the truth and have actual facts as to the extent to which the Biden family were influence peddling.
So you guys are seeing this information, but we still get the denials from the White House and President Biden. Let's just take a look.
Hunter Biden's business associate sent over $1 million to 3 of your family members. Any reaction to that report?
Not true.
And he says it's not true. And you're telling us right now you have hard evidence that would prove otherwise.
We have the bank records to show it. The transactions into his family members' bank accounts from an LLC called Robinson Walker LLC. That money came directly from Chinese Communist Party linked account to Robinson Walker LLC into 3, maybe 4 different Biden family member checking accounts. Now, for him to just stand up there and lie and the mainstream media not to hold him accountable, can you imagine if Donald Trump said something that was that inaccurate, how the mainstream media would respond. But I'm not concerned about it because this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm confident we're going to have many more transactions in many more accounts that we're going to be able to present to the American people to show just how dishonest this president's been about the extent and his knowledge of his family's shady business dealings.
Well, Congressman James Comer, always great to talk to you. Thanks for that update. And of course, we are thinking about and praying for everyone out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Great to see you, sir.
Thank you for having me.